Hello Drone Racers, I'm Mark, and today on Drone Racer 101 we're going to take a look at not a racer but the Mavic 2 Zoom. This just arrived from FedEx literally 15 minutes ago. Thank you.
Just need a signature from this real quick.
In this video we're going to open it up, take a look and see what's in the box, and do some side-by-side comparisons with the Mavic 1. And then in future videos we'll do flight tests and try all the features and the zoom and everything like that, but I've got to wait for the battery to charge and this 35-mile-per-hour wind to die down. So like all the other DJI, it comes in a beautiful box that everything is all sealed and shipped and ready to go, so we just got to get this out of the way. I think a whole bunch of people are going to be interested in this one, mainly because of the zoom. I looked at the Pro and the zoom. There are both options available, but I think for most people, the zoom is going to be the better option. It is really difficult to slide this out of here. Oh my goodness, it's stuck. Try it this way. Jeez. Let's see, is it taped around the edges, or is it just really well sealed? There we go. So yep, it's not taped in anyway. It does slide out. Just takes some force. Cut the tape, I think. There we go. Ooh, Yep, it's definitely a Mavic. So we have some instructions here. First we have the flight battery. If we take this out, powering on and off. Press and hold the power button once, and then press and hold for 2 seconds. Before first use, fully charge the battery to activate it. Yep, I would expect that. I did not get the Fly More combo. Ooh, look at all the sensors. I did not buy the Fly More combo for this because it was going to take longer to get here, but I will plan on getting that as soon as it's available. Remove the gimbal protector before powering on. So these are just stickers. So we'll remove this one. More on the side. Unfold the front arms forward. Yep. So that's good to go there. And then 2, unfold the arm backwards. We also have some more protectors here, just for that corner, not actually over the sensor, just for that corner. Interesting. We have one again here for the intake. Take these off so it looks nice and clean. We have the same deal over here. No more stickers except for here and here. Get those off and out of the way. There it is. So we've got a cover on it, and we have the same covers. Interesting. So the cover is very different than the Mavic 1. So there we go. It does lock in, and you lift here, and then this pulls down and pulls forward. The camera is pretty big compared to the Mavic 1. And it has arms on both sides, which I think the Mavic 1 only had it on one side. So to put this camera cover back on, let's see, so this piece is hinged. This looks so much easier than the old one. Slide that over, get it lined up. Oh, maybe it's easier than the Mavic 1. Let's try this again. The camera's looking forward, put that over there. There we go. Put that in there. Those hook in right there. See those? Those hook in there, and then it snaps. That is way better than the 2-piece monstrosity on the Mavic 1. Let's see, on the bottom, we have a number of sensors. We have the light, so these are LEDs, and then we have 2 sensors for the bottom. We have 1 on each side here, and 2 on the back, which I think is interesting. Ooh, I got some plastic in there. 2 on the back, which I think is interesting just because they're over each other. And then we have an infrared sensor for going up. So I like that. So if I fly under trees, I lose signal, and it's going to elevate to a predetermined height. It's not going to fly up into a tree. I always worried about that with my Mavic. Let's see, on the side here, we have a door for an SD card. It does not have an SD card in it, but it has 8 gigs of internal memory that it comes with, which is really nice. I'll have to see how it determines if there's a card. Does it record to the card first and then use the internal memory, or does it not use the internal memory at all? And then on this side, we have a USB, it's a USB-C connector. Interesting. So the battery removes the same way, pinch, and oh, that is a lot bigger than the Mavic 1. Feels a lot bigger. So also in here, we have the remote control. What does this say? Unfold the antennas and mobile device clamps, then attach the control sticks. Oh, so there are no sticks on here. So we'll lift this up out of the way. So open up the control here, And it came with a lightning connector, so that'll work for me. I have an iPhone, so I will connect it with here. I have a battery pack on mine, so it probably won't fit. We'll find out. It'd be nice. But then look at this. See where the sticks are kept? That makes it really nice. I kind of hope I don't have to use these every time. Well, I have to use them. I hope I don't have to take them off every time. We'll see how it fits in a case. But that goes on nicely. The rubber slides a little bit so you can't over torque it. Feels like that will have a good fill. It is connected up here. So it will also charge through that port. We have a record button, a camera button, 2 dials here. We'll see what those do. One of these is probably for zoom. Antennas look pretty much the same as on the Mavic. They do lock together a little better for me. There is a screen protector on here that you can just barely see. It's interesting, all the rest of them have yellow tabs on here. This one doesn't. Take that off. Power, battery 66%. Oh, that's right, I forgot. So you click and then click and hold. There we go. So it's going to try and connect and it's going to fail because I don't have anything going. So we will check that out later. Okay, what kind of accessories do we have in here? We have the charger, which is going to be important. Let's see, I wonder if this will be interchangeable at all with the Mavic 1. Looks the same at a glance, but I bet it's not. So we have traditional charger. I'm just going to set this to the side for the moment and then we'll compare with the old one. We have cables, which are going to be important since it does use USB-C, which is still not super duper common. Okay, so we have an extra set of gimbals, which I really appreciate. So if you do lose them, which is probably going to happen since they're removable, you've got a spare set of those. This looks like a USB adapter. Let's see what it is. So yes, it is a USB-C to USB micro connector. Put that back in there for now. We have, so this is another cable option for connecting your phone. So this one is, this one is USB-C. So it's, this isn't USB-C on the side that connects, I don't know what kind of connector that is. It's like a square USB micro. So that connects into the remote and this connects into your phone if you have USB-C, and there's probably another one for micro USB. Yeah, here's the same thing for micro USB. If you have a phone that has micro USB, there's a USB-C cable. So this will connect to the Mavic itself so you can pull data off of it. So that's how you would access the internal memory. I'm gonna keep that in here so I don't lose it because I don't think I have any of those cables. Then we have the manuals and props. So we have one set of props. Oh, we have several sets of props. So we have 3 bags that each have one set of left and right props. So we have basically 2 extra props with this kit. I don't think I've ever had to replace my Mavic props, but I don't use it a ton. So if you use yours a ton, it'll always be good to have spares. You might need more than that. And then the manual. What's in the box? We just covered that. DJI Care Refresh, quick start guide, and then the intelligent battery guide and the disclaimer. So the quick start guide is what I'll go through before I go through and try it. But for now, I want to take a look at this next to the Mavic 1. Okay, this is kind of interesting. This box is actually shaped so you can't put it in the box upside down. It has to go that way. So this is the box that I keep my Mavic 1 in. I actually have the white edition here, so the Mavic Pro. So the first thing I'm curious of is whether it will fit in the existing box that I have, and the answer is no. No, I'm gonna have to get a new one, and I probably would anyway, but if you have one you're just gonna upgrade, you wanted to keep it, nope, that's not gonna fit. So that was the first thing I wanted to know. So there is how much bigger the Mavic 2 battery is over the Mavic 1, and the connectors are all in totally different places. While they do look like they're keyed somewhat similar, they are very, very different. So these are very, very different. So the Mavic 1 are 1830 milliamp hours, 3S batteries, and the Mavic 2 is 1850 milliamp hours, pretty much the same, but it's a 4S battery, 15.4 volts. So that's very, very different. That's part of the reason this will have probably a lot more power and a lot more reserve, why it can fly longer. Look how much thicker it is because of that. It's significantly thicker than the Mavic 1 battery. So noticeably missing are the lights on the back of here. I don't see any indicator right offhand, so with the Mavic 1 battery I could click and see my voltage. Clicking this doesn't seem to do anything. Not when it's outside of the drone at least. Let's see if I put this in here. So now, nope, still nothing. And I'm assuming there's at least a little charge on it shipped. It should have shipped at half voltage. And I have the new connector that came with the Mavic 2. There's no way to connect that to the Mavic 1. And vice versa. They've made it so they are totally unique. And you know what it should be, because this is a 4S battery and that is a 3S battery. They are going to be totally different. If you don't know what I'm talking about, 3 versus 4S, I've got a link to how batteries work, how LiPo batteries work up in the corner. You can check out the details there. It's not about these batteries specifically, but the theory is all the same. These are just in fancy cases. So just so you know, when you go to charge this, this is keyed, it is directional. So if you go to put this on here, it doesn't fit, it won't work. Turn it around because this is keyed. There's a little corner here. There's a little corner here, right there, and then that will go on, and when you plug it in, it will seem like it's not doing anything for a few seconds, and then it will start charging. Also, this charging brick does have a USB port, so you can use the included USB-C cable and the micro adapter. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab one of the 100 USB micro connectors that I've got around my house, and it will work just fine for this. It'll plug in there. And then on this side, where the connector for your phone goes on the top here, see that? That's not micro USB. It's not USB-C. It's this like micro USB square. I don't know. I've only ever seen it on my Mavic control. But you can use your regular micro USB connector. The curved side, the shaped side, goes toward the top here. And you plug that in, and then that will also start charging, and then you'll be get them all charged and be ready to go. So here's the Mavic 1 and Mavic 2 radios side by side. They look nearly identical. The size looks the same, the shape looks the same. For the most part, the buttons are all the same. They're all in the same place. The one difference you'll see is on the side here. Here we have sport mode versus regular mode. And then on this, we have standard mode, sport mode, and then you can also switch it to tripod mode. So if you're gonna be taking professional photos with it and you wanna hold it in place and get it very specifically lined up, you can do that at a glance here, just with a quick flip of the switch, versus you had to go into the modes and manual settings for this. Anybody that has one and is used to this though won't have any problems going back and forth, I'm sure. So quick look at the props on these. They're pretty different. Now my Mavic is not a platinum. I know they improved the blades with the platinum and they might look more like the Mavic 2 blades, but there is a much larger contour, much larger surface for the Mavic 2, so it's supposed to be quite a bit quieter. At a glance, it looks like maybe there's not quite as much pitch, but there's more surface area. So we'll see once we get them up in the air how they go side by side. So I haven't finished charging the battery yet, but now that I've charged it just a little bit, you can see I can click and it will show me the voltage on the cells. It would have been very sad if that was missing, but since that is there, that's good. So like the Mavic 1, you can't really put the battery in or take it out without opening up the arms. So to put that back in place here, I will snap that back in place, and we'll call that good. So that's going to be the end of this video. Hopefully that answered some questions with the comparison with the Mavic 1. I know there were some people wondering what parts were interchangeable, and it's pretty much nothing. But if you found this useful, leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know what questions you have. I'm going to charge up this battery. If I can get the wind to die down, we'll do some first test flights, and then we'll go through pretty much everything that this can do. So until next time, remember, DJI didn't give me this one to review, I actually bought it. So do me a favor and watch all the videos multiple times and share with your friends.